You. Let's go, dude.
Confusion, the listeners are losing. I'm asking y'all what happened to the music. It used to be about the heart and the soul. Now it's cash funds, gas guns, platinum and gold.
You again. So what the fuck am I doing in this random car at a Kronen? Well, let me tell you, if you read the title, you'll know that I'm in Iceland. Fuck yeah, baby. It's fucking cold, 0 degrees outside. I've been planning this trip for some time. Always wanted to come to Iceland because of the nature. Really, it's just gonna be a calm trip, you know, camping, checking out the landscape. And ideally, if I can do it in time, I wanna go all the way around Iceland on the main highway, so to speak. Anyway, let's not talk too much shit and get going. I will be much happier leaving the city now onto the lonely roads where I'm all by myself. What do you want from me? Yeah, it's already 5:30. Still gotta drive a few hours. Let's just enjoy the beautiful scenery in front of us. Those mountaintops already look so awesome. There's gonna be a whole lot more. You know, I'm not trying to stop every single kilometer, but it's really hard. Look at all this. Frozen riverbeds, the sunset over there, the river flowing. I'm just in awe of this landscape. The sunrays are disappearing behind the mountains and the clouds. We still got quite a way to go, so it'll be dark when I'm there. And we'll see where it goes from there. It's a rough sea. The wind is definitely stronger up north. We're almost there. Another 15 minutes and we'll be there. Alright, I actually made it here before it got completely dark. Found myself a good spot. Over there's the road. About 100 meters, 200 meters from here. This is the best and closest spot I could find, and still need to get the sleeping setup done here. I'm gonna try to get the back seats down so that I can actually lay flat somehow. Alright, I'm gonna show you the sleeping setup once I figure out what the fuck I'm doing. And then it's good nights. Okay, so here's what I'm working with. Over here is the trunk. I put the back seats back down. Unfortunately, I don't know if you can see it, but the trunk is on a lower level, so I can't lay diagonally in here. But this will work, at least for now. Alright, see you tomorrow. Yup, that's the well-known Iceland soil. Sand mixed together with the volcanic ash that's been sitting here for millions of years, probably. Was just wondering whose footprints they are. Of course they're mine, what the fuck. Yeah, I've cleaned up the car, relocated the groceries, kinda tried to sort them out, just a little bit of order. So now I'm gonna continue on the road that I partially drove here yesterday and go along the mountains, and then probably by the end of the day get back to the main highway. That's my plan for today. Can actually take in the scenery and drive at my own pace. I've got nowhere to be, got a whole week ahead of me to do the round trip, and I mean, nothing else to say, it speaks for itself. What I find interesting about Iceland is that it's such a barren wasteland, so inhabitable, so hostile, and yet still, when you come here, it seems welcoming. Some part of it is because it's an island, I'm not sure. I haven't figured that out yet. Let's see what we'll be cooking. Whatever that says. Oh yeah, actually, let me show you. It's what I wanted to use. Put the fuel tablet in here, and boom, we're done. Now I've got this fucking thing, just because they don't fucking know what the solid fuel is. Setup is called, but to be honest, this is the smallest one I could find where you could still, you know, really cook something, unless you're going to fucking Iceland. Now I've just got to wait for the water to boil. Let me show you the scenery. We've got some mountains over here, more mountains, and we also have some mountains over here, and we've got more mountains. You know what's coming up next? That's right. Bridge. Behind the bridge are mountains. Yeah, I had to switch the food. The wind is just too extreme to get the water to boil properly for a few minutes to get the other food ready. That's why I've chosen this. So we're back on the road again, still got a few more kilometers to do today. Now the landscape has changed a bit. There's no more houses, only sign of civilization are the streets and the power lines. Funnily enough, this kind of landscape actually does remind me of Greece. Even though the climates are complete opposites, when you're up in the mountains, it's very similar.
train. Metal around my neck, I was looking broad. Show what's on my mind like the darkest no God. Just like a god, I was showing no love, so I go hard. Thoughts creeping in my mind like a flip phone. Gotta hear a set of song on the ringtone.
Man, what the hell? I just went to sleep for like 2 hours to get some more rest, and now I'm kind of snowed in. Look at that. Just 2 hours, man. 2 hours ago there was nothing. Well, let me get up and then see where we're at. What the hell? Okay, made it back to the front. Luckily, I've gotten off of the gravel roads, so it should all be paved from now on. It's like a completely different world. That's not very welcoming. It's finally started to clear up just a bit. You know, initially I already wanted to be on the main highway, but then this route popped up and it looked fine to me on maps. But there was a literal pile of snow like this across the street, just a few hundred meters from here. And I barely made it through that. I don't plan to get stuck out here tonight. Now the progress is really slow, but all I want to do is get through here. Sometimes in life you make mistakes, big mistakes. I think I can still get out of here, but fuck this road, no. Should have listened to the sign, it said 4x4s only, but I thought, nah. That means do I have to go back over that fucking snow thing again? No. Okay, I figured out a technique. Now I've just got to get the rest of the way. You know, sometimes you win and sometimes you learn. This is definitely a lesson for me. Oh, fuck off. Oh man, I was sitting here for 30 minutes. Now I've got to turn around somehow and make it through the fucking snow pile. I'm never coming back here again. So now we're at the part which I'm scared most of, especially because it's raining right now. I barely made it over that. Let's not think about it too much. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, fuck you! Stupid road! It's my fault. Completely my fault, but fucking stupid road. Now this is gonna be a bigger detour, but I do not care at all. If I've got to drive 50 or 100 more kilometers today, then so be it. I've seen enough. Okay, I made a little detour. I somehow lost my toothpaste in this car. It must be somewhere, but I haven't found it yet, so I got a new one. Now I'm actually gonna go on the main highway. It's already 18:30. For now though, let's enjoy the sun, because it won't be with us all the time. Yeah, the rain is kind of lowering my mood. Other than that, I've got about 50 more kilometers to go today, and then I'm gonna search for a cool spot to spend the night at. Hopefully you can find somewhere that's a bit enclosed and shielded from the wind. Now there aren't any worries for me really. No more gravel roads, never again. And I've also learned to listen to the signs. This is the point that we are finally on the main highway. Also what I've noticed is, well, this seems to be like a hostel. But when there's people living way off the highway, they got their own little street and they actually got the family name as a sign on the road. Something like that, you know? You see so many houses off the side of the road, way further back. Pretty much a no man's land, tucked away behind a hillside or right next to the raging sea. I mean, they're not cut off from the world, but I could never. Yeah, I think I found my spot. I don't know what this hut is for, but I don't think anybody's gonna mind me parking here for tonight. The wind is still going pretty strong, but I don't think that's gonna be a problem. Let's not talk too much. I'm gonna get everything ready. As you can see, this is my mat. Put it over the seat belt thingies so I can lay here comfortably. I put the front windows just a tiny bit down so there's a very small gap for ventilation. And that's my setup. That's all. Good night. Good morning, y'all. Oh, I slept pretty good, 7 hours or something. But the one downside to sleeping on the back seats of the car is that I can't stretch out my legs. Anyway, the wind has been shaking the car the entire night, and I think it's been raining the whole time as well. But we're still at the same spot, haven't slid down into the fjord, so I guess that's something. Probably gonna chill here for a little longer to get my breakfast and then start up the car. Because when you're sleeping in the car, you've always got the condensation. So here's my breakfast for today. Alright, let me eat and then start up, get going. Alright, as you probably know, Iceland is also known for its hot springs and natural thermal pools. And so I was just checking on maps for that. And I actually found a shower that's supposed to have hot water running 24/7. It's about 100 kilometers behind Akureyri, so probably nothing for today. But I'm looking forward to that for tomorrow. Right, let's leave this town behind us and get back on the road. Yeah, I found this little island on Google Maps. There's a bridge and some park benches over there. I'm hoping to find a place protected from the wind to cook some food and just check out the island. wind is somehow coming from all directions. Hopefully this is enough protection. And yeah, I know this is sparkling water. Fortunately, there isn't any river nearby that I can get to. I'm not gonna jump in the river over there. Oh, while that's going on, let me check out this little forest here. Apparently they aren't as rare as I thought, but not like in Scandinavia or Germany. It would be so lovely to just camp out here. Yeah, here it comes. Can even see it drifting over the water. Let's check up on the water. Oh, yeah, there we go. Alright, it's eating time. First real warm food. Let's go. It's great. I'm gonna devour this. Alright, finished up eating. Now I'm heading back to the car to drive further. But this time back, let's take the sketchy bridge, see how that's holding up. Man, I wonder how deep that is. Like close to there, it's maybe 1 meter, but then could be dropping off, like that one river in the UK. It's nice to be walking though, having some movement, not sitting in the car the entire time. Oh, the wind has actually died down. That's nice. I'm taking you on a little detour now, because apparently there is a waterfall here. There's supposed to be a hot spring there as well, and so we're checking that out. Another gravel road at last, but we made it. Still a little hike to the waterfall. Man, I hope nobody's in that hot spring. I want to have it all to myself. Now, that's incredible. Oh. Yeah, look at that. That's crazy. This is it. Nobody around, people just left. Came here just in time. Already tried it, and the best way to describe it is piss warm. Literally piss warm. Anyway, let's get ready and jump in this thing. This is the actual spring. Those tiny little bubbles. That water is almost boiling hot. Alright, I'm gonna head back to the car. house in Akureyri, or whatever the fuck the name is, I forgot. And after that, it's gonna be home straight pretty much, at least for today. I think I got about 50 more kilometers or something. Interestingly enough, the further I've gotten north, the more forests and trees I've seen. Not quite sure if they just care more about replanting them here. I am really digging this route though. That's, yeah, amazing. If you're watching this right now and you think, I don't know if I should go to Iceland, this is your call. Even though I'm making a whole video about this and you've probably seen thousands of videos and pictures, it's just not the same in person, not at all. This depth the landscape has is impossible to bring up on camera. Alright, let's continue down the road and get to the shower. It's really hard not to stop like every 5 minutes or so, because there's so many cool spots. Man, I don't know if there's gonna be any beaches down the south, so I'm taking this opportunity. Wow. Just two ducks swimming in the middle. Animals are fucking crazy, dude. Last sun of the day, setting behind the hills. Right now there's almost no wind. I don't hear a single car. It's just complete silence. Wow. I think I found my spot for tonight. This is one village before the shower, so I can drive there in the morning. Yeah, I'm staying here for tonight. Alright, I wanted to skip the boring part. I had dinner, I made the setup again, and it has actually started to snow a little bit. It's supposed to snow for a few more hours in the night, but looks like it's all matting on the window anyway, and it's probably not gonna stay. So that's good. Alright, see you tomorrow. Okay, I woke up to a snowy wonderland, frozen snowy wonderland at that. Already started heating up the car, and yeah, now I'm gonna wait to heat up the car and then get to the shower. Really looking forward to that because this night was by far the coldest. Alright, let's go there. And here we are again. Found something off the side of the road that I wanted to check out. I can already smell the pools. When it's this cold outside, you always see the steam coming up from these hot pools. So you drive through the landscape and there's some steam coming out of a crack within the earth. Man, that is so cool. What the hell? The lens is blurring up. The steam is so warm, oh my god. Bit of road to the shower. Looks like I can make it through here. We'll see. Here we are. It looks so insignificant. Almost missed it when driving by. Now, all that I'm curious about is how warm the water actually is. That is pretty fucking warm. Wow. Alright, let me get my stuff. Let's take a shower here. Alright, let's check it then. Oh. It's so weird, you're standing in the wind. You got the hot water. It's not as good as the hot spring yesterday, but at least I can shower. That is nice. Man, that was good. Warm shower in the middle of nowhere. It's a thing you can only find in Iceland. But once you're out of reach, the wind starts picking up again. This is pretty much a snow desert at this point. So I'm gonna get back in the car. Fuck this. Oh. Whew.
Hey buddy, wanna be a better person. Nobody ever wanna put the work in, you never know when they gonna close the curtains. Tomorrow isn't certain. Holding on to her, you should let it go. Holding grudges, got your hands tied. Now your thoughts getting caught up in a landslide. Two wolves and you only feed the bad side. Wonder why the other puppy doesn't wanna act right. You gotta nurture what you wanna grow. Plant seeds, buoys, give your garden hope. Don't think about the things you cannot control. Don't let the dark days turn your heart to stone. Just stay on your toes. Never know when your luck will change. Thunder clouds throwing shade, take the sun away. Train of thought on a runaway. Still grateful that I'm here for another day. And I've been walking in the moonlight, picking through the shadows to find my way. Fighting for a new life, winning all the battles that I might face. I've been feeling like a new me, new leaf. Finally got the strength now to turn the page. Feeling full of courage and I'm feeling brave enough to face the things that made me afraid. Yeah, yeah.
Stop here at this side out, and I'm still in the middle of nowhere, but there's a canyon with really cool rock formations coming up soon. Before that I gotta go to the gas station though to fill up the fuel, and then I'm going there. I actually just got the news that there was a volcano eruption just south of Reykjavik, like literally today. Okay, I'm gonna get back on the road. That's much better. What's funny about gas stations in Iceland is that there's mainly two competitors. Orkan, which you can see here, or N1. And in most bigger cities, they're set up right next to each other. Anyway, we're going down this way and then hopefully all the way to a waterfall and some sort of canyon. That's all I've read online so far. I don't want to spoil myself. Okay, seems like this road is paved. No more snow pile and getting stuck shenanigans. I'm done with that, at least for this trip. Maybe another time. Being stuck out in the mountains for 7 days. Yo, 1,000 kilometers. Let's go. That looks really impressive. That is a beauty. I do not know how the fuck that works. It's so geometrical, but it is astonishing. All right. Okay, I did some research. Let me tell you my plans. So right now we're on our way to Iceland, I think it's called. That's about another 50 kilometers. And after that we are coming up to the east coast and we'll see how far we can go today. I calculated that I need to do about 200 more kilometers today and then 300 tomorrow and the day after. And I do definitely want to go into one more hot spring, but I don't fancy paying for shit like that. You know, I still find it amusing that people want you to pay for something that they didn't even create. But other than that, I'll just see what looks interesting and do my own thing, pretty much. Started. Not very spectacular, but didn't expect much from a town this far up north. It's just a cozy little town, people living their lives, and I think that's it. You know, I was driving here for about 15 minutes until I noticed that there weren't any signs leading to the one, so I pretty much drove in the wrong direction. But that has led me to this little forest area. It's off the main highway, of course, and so I thought, why not take that opportunity to cook something up. This seems good. Yeah. So what have we got in the menu today? Same shit as 2 days ago. This is like my go-to food if they got it in stores. And then we've also got milk rice, or whatever the English name is. Oh, it's so comfortable. Could sleep here. Okay, let's check on the water. A bit longer. Oh, that looks much better. I think that's enough. And then also the rice. That smells good. Alright, let's wait a few minutes and then everything should be done. Let's check the noodles. Could have been in there a bit longer, but as usual, it's good. Now on to the milk rice. They barely put any sugar in that. 5 grams! False fucking advertisement, isn't it? Well, I'm still gonna eat it. got everything. Alright, I've left Iglistadir behind me and now we are on our way to the coast. Unfortunately, the next 16 hours are gonna be full of rain, so that kind of sucks. I've gotten pretty lucky so far with the weather, so I can't really complain, can I? Alright, let's rack up some kilometers. I've stopped here because I'm very close to the sea and I haven't been to the sea this trip. Check out this little creek. See it coming from all the way down the mountain, making its way below the road and into the ocean. And I can already smell the salt water in the air. Not even 12 hours ago I was driving through the winter wonderland. Now it's raining, there's no snow around here, and here's the sea. Wow. You know, usually when you're at home and not on vacation, you don't appreciate it when it rains. But in situations like these, it's got its own flair. Nothing can compare to it. Rarely is nature's force more evident than with the sea. The waves crashing into the coastline and slowly but surely forming the rocks that they hit every single time. Got about 30 more kilometers until the next town, but hopefully I'll be there by around 9. With the fog and the rain continuing, it's an incredible experience driving here. And here we are. I'm not super happy with this spot because there's a lot of streetlights here. It's gonna be fine, man. Tonight I'm trying out a new setup, sitting on the passenger side and putting the seat all the way back, and it feels pretty comfy. And I know what you're probably thinking, why didn't I come up with this way earlier? Well, sometimes you've got something stuck in your head and you just want to stick with it. But this feels good. Alright, I will see you tomorrow. Good morning, everybody. We are back and I slept very well. After being cramped up for 3 nights, it's been a pleasure stretching out my legs. I have yet to leave this town behind me, so I'm gonna get back on the road soon. And for today, I got another hot spring planned, and we'll just see what the coastline says. That's the plan for today. Alright, we've got breakfast here, just some muesli bars, an apple and a cucumber, and the water. Now that's pretty cool. Oh, power of the water. And you can see the same geological features here. This is amazing, man. Yes. Man, I kind of want to swim in here. Just a quick little cold plunge. Think like right here will be good. Oh. Whew. Let's go, dude. Yes. Very quickly. We should be very close to the hot springs now. I think after that bridge There's gonna be a road going off over there. Whoop, right off the bridge, onto the road. And here we are. Now there are also upsides to this weather, because I'm guessing nobody else is gonna be here. Because I think those are the hot tubs anyway. And would you look at that, they even got a changing room. That's pretty cool. Alright, let's go, dude. They're shielded from the wind. Oh, that is the perfect temperature. Literally body temperature. Holy shit, man, I love this. Oh, I think I'm gonna be staying here for like half an hour at least. That is lovely. Let's go, dude. Man, that was fucking awesome. I don't know how long I've been in there. Pretty much an hour. Let's get dressed again, because I've got some more places to be today. Wow, that was lucky. Perfect timing, man. Usually I have to pay for this shit. When I came there, nobody was there, and just when I was about to leave, there came a guy and went to that small hut, but I just walked around and got it for free. Nice. Alright, next up we're gonna have this thing called Diamond Beach. Apparently there's some kind of glacier there and volcanic ash beach, something like that. But until then we've got a few more kilometers to go. Gonna be honest, that hot spring made me really fucking hungry. But it's impossible to cook anything in these winds, and I've barely got anything left. Like 2 or 3 apples and some Snickers. That's it. But I'm gonna devour that now. Maybe I can find a place to boil some water later. Not sure about that. Gonna need to go to a store anyway, so might as well buy some more food, right? That's it over there. A lot of tourist shit. Not gonna be staying for too long. But holy fuck, that looks amazing. Hell yeah. The winds haven't died down a bit, probably gotten even stronger. taking me too long. Gonna leave, go to the other parking lot. Okay, change of plans. I'm not going there because the parking is so fucking expensive, dude. I don't get it. Like, all they do is just flatten out a space for you to park, and then they expect you to pay like 30 euros for something that they didn't even create. It's just nature. It's fucking amazing, man. Okay, I found a parking lot that's completely fucking free. Just 1 kilometer away. Alright, let's check this place out then. Man, the fucking wind. It's even crazier down here. Just can't fucking stop. So annoying. Holy fuck. As cool as this shit looks, I've got some personal hatred against wind now. This shit is so fucking annoying, dude. I'm not leaving again. Fuck this. Made me so fucking mad, dude. The fucking wind just wouldn't stop. This shit, I'm getting out of here. Finally, a place where the wind isn't so present. I've calmed myself down and I found this little cove and I can make some dinner. Finally. Can't complain about the view, can I? Here we go. Alright. Now we're actually gonna be cooking this Amerikanski whatever the fuck and another milk rice. Get out the pot and the stove. Oh yeah, and we also need the spoon. Got a much better mood now. That wind was pissing me off so much. Yep, tastes just as bad as yesterday. Let's see what this tastes like. Kinda burnt. The rice isn't even cooked properly, but usually I'm not the kind of person to bring cooking equipment and everything. It's only in these times where it's a bit colder I might fancy some warm food, but I'm not quite sure about that. If I'm gonna do that again. What I've noticed and what I find kind of weird is that there's these random big buildings, mostly hotels, in the middle of nowhere. Nothing else around. And yet they somehow build these and profit from them. I mean, look at the size of that. It's like multiple apartment complexes. I'm now doing the last stretch of today, about 100 kilometers or something I think. And then tomorrow is gonna be the last full day with this car. Time goes by fast, man. But look at the beautiful sunset. That's amazing. check it out. So they had a bridge here, November 1996. Glacier floods. The old remnants of a bridge. Man, I love Iceland. I miss it already. In the beginning of the trip I was wondering why people were staying out in the middle of nowhere living here, like that house over there. I can now understand them. I found my place for a night in this hospital parking lot. The only thing that's not so nice are the buildings over here, but as soon as the windows fog up, that shouldn't be a problem anymore. And I will leave much earlier than this opens. So yeah, usual sleeping setup, and okay. Well, I'm no longer at the hospital, but somewhere on the side of the main road. There were still people going in and out of the hospital, which I didn't expect at 10 p.m. Because, you know, it's a fairly small town. But yeah, hopefully there won't be too many cars going in the night. Nobody checking for cars on the side of the road. Just let me sleep, man, damn. Alright, see you tomorrow. Not a very visible sunrise, but that's my call sign to go and start the day. Let me actually show you what I've been doing this entire time as a morning routine. First off, turn on the motor. Then I turn up the ventilation all the way. Yeah, now I'm packing up the sleeping bag, getting all the equipment ready. That's it. Such a mystical landscape. Back over at the spot I slept at, there was a sign that said, in some places the moss is over half a meter thick. Imagine that, like, what? So cool. The closer I'm getting to Reykjavik, the more tourists I see. They're really fucking annoying, blasting their music and shit. Okay, getting back on the road. And here we are. Behind the waterfall. So cool. Got all the birds flying around, got their nests on these cliff sides, in the little alcoves. So raw, that's so powerful, amazing. Over here the pathway has eroded away, probably because of a flood or something. Alright, I'm making my way back to the car, because next stop is the hot tub, or hot swimming pool as it's described on maps. Man, I'm kind of scared when this luck is gonna end. What I mean by that is there was just a big group of at least 20 people, and they came my way just leaving the pool when I arrived. It will pretty much be empty. But first of all, gotta go there. It's about a 20-minute hike or something, which is a good filter of people, you know. A little backstory to this pool. It was actually built in 1928, so almost 100 years ago. And ever since then, they've kept it and been using it. There are these shapes again in the rocks. I still do not know why that is, but it looks super cool and just appreciate it every time I see it. It's like somebody manually carved out pieces from the rock to create those shapes. Here's some people, so I won't be alone this time, I guess. Fuck that, dude. Pool somewhere down there. Now I've joined these two Australian lads on another little hike. That has got to be the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Holy dude. Beauty hides in the places most can't reach. That's true. Like, how is this even real? We are back on the road. I was chilling in a parking lot with the Australians for a long time. We were enjoying the beautiful scenery as well. So I'm not quite sure if I've gotten enough time left for the plane wreck. I've still got to go to the geyser and also get back from it. But I'll see it when I get there. And there it is. That looks a lot better. So it said on the sign that this isn't the original place where the plane crashed down. I mean, it makes sense. This would be too perfect to be true. Wow. I'm always fascinated by how long this stuff holds. That's cool, man. I would definitely drive 10 minutes off the highway to see this. Okay, gonna get back to the car now. After all that trouble and all the driving, we're finally onto the last stretch of today to go towards the geyser. Let's do it, baby!
Don't like it in here anymore. I'm starting to feel lifeless and bored. Can taste the bitter sting of bile. Haven't felt much in quite a while, and now all that's left is skin. I think there's been a break-in, and now they're crawling through my veins. In this creature it will reign supreme. It's flowing through my bloodstream.
You know, you can park over there and pay like 10 euros just to be right next to the park. Or you walk about 200 meters and you've got free parking. Let's go, dude. Already looks pretty cool. All the steam coming up. I don't even smell any sulfur or any other mineralic smell. Oh, wow. I guess that's a big one. After that eruption, you can actually smell the sulfur in the air. So that over there was actually Strokur, the most active, with eruptions every 5 to 10 minutes. And this used to be the biggest and most active geyser, called, very creative name, Geyser. There you go. according to my research, the activity here has died down a lot ever since the 90s and early 2000s. Walking right in the fog. Minerals from deep within the earth. That's such a unique smell. Man, that was so cool. I am glad I visited this place still, even though it was on a very tight time schedule. Still so interesting. The landscape, the geology, everything coming together on one island. I think I know now why it's called the Island of Fire and Ice. Had such a great time here, in general, the whole week. And I didn't think that from the beginning on. The first day was rough, you know, but I got into it quickly and man, this was an experience. I recommend this to you all. Take a week or two off and just rent a car, a camper, whatever fits you, and have a great time. Alright, now I'm gonna go towards Reykjavik because I will have to give back this car tomorrow, and so I'm gonna make my way towards there now and see if I can find any place on the way. That's what's gonna happen. We've got a perfect view of the mountain and the sun has already set behind it. As you know, I will make my setup over here in the passenger seat and have dinner, get my sleeping bag out, yada yada. I'll see you then. Alright, gonna get in my sleeping bag soon and then hunker down for the night. I will see you tomorrow. Morning everybody. Sunrise has just started behind those mountains, but the wind has picked up a lot over the night. Wow. I found the perfect parking spot. Should have stayed here for the night actually. There's benches over there and a big forest behind me, which is super rare here. You're hidden away from the main road, got a beautiful sunrise and the motherfucking forest in Iceland. Let's see where this goes. Seems like this is a laid out path though. Looks like an animal trail. Dude, fuck, that looks so cool. Wow. I could be in the middle of Scandinavia right now. I don't want to stray too far off the path. You could just lay down anywhere you want, because the moss is cushioning so much. Wow. Oh. Look how green they are. It doesn't seem real. It's like oversaturated. Such a cool little walk. And barely any signs of human interaction. Yeah, and there we go. Here comes the smell of the sulfur again. Wow. Oh, Tiny little ponds, bubbles coming up everywhere. I think this is the perfect place to end it. One last view. Well, I'm gonna bring back the car now, then that's the end. Thank you so much for joining me. It's a super interesting trip. Alright, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and until then, stay safe. We still have 2,000 kilometers and 40 hours. Let's go. Alright, bye. That is nice. Wow. Yes!